everybody, it's Barbie from Nellie and Ruth Designs. Hi. Today we're going to do something a little different on my channel. It's a nice, wonderful, snowy, wintry, sunny day here. And I've got a lot of great light in my craft room. And I thought I'd take you on a little tour. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I want to do today is give you a scope of my room. This was my son's bedroom until he got married and moved out. Um, Obviously, this is the door right here that goes out into the hallway. So as you enter, this is the view that you see right here. This is where I do all of my crafting and creating. I have my YouTube channel up. My son wanted to look at my analytics today because I don't think I'm doing very well with it, but he says that I am. And not to look at the daily views or anything like that, but go right to the analytics. So this is the view that I have. So when I sit in my chair here, I get to look outside and see this wonderful view of the snow. This morning we had a wild turkey flying across, trying to land and go up into the woods here. And that's my other phone. That's my real phone. You're going to hear some dings, and I just got a message from one of the gals on Instagram. I think that was you, Lisa. So I will get to you shortly. And then this is the other view that I have. This is my favorite view right here. So as I'm sitting at my desk, my craft table, this is where I do my recording. And this is where you can see I have my, oh gosh, I'm going to call it a witchamajig in my camera holder. And it shines right down on here, videos, everything that I'm creating. But when I sit here, my son gifted me his JVC huge monitor. And then my other son gifted me just to the left of that, his old PlayStation. So this is where I get to watch all my favorite YouTube gals while they create. We can actually craft together. So when I'm watching Liz over at Mrs. Cog's Crafts, or I'm watching Gail Agostinelli, they're right here in my craft room, and I absolutely love it. So and this is my girl Bella. This is her favorite chair. My son left this chair as well that used to be in his room. And he couldn't take that over to his apartment. There was no room. So I've tried to make the most of my space. So I guess we're just going to come in and we're going to start here. This is my little, this is my little memory area here. And I'll just explain while I'm holding the camera. In the upper right-hand corner is the We Are Memory Keeper sewing machine. And I originally bought that to work with paper and sew with. But I don't find it, if I'm going to rate it 1 to 10, I'm going to rate that about a 4. It really doesn't do the job that I like, but it's a good backup if my real sewing machine ever goes or whatever on me. Then we have the little Touch and Sew sewing machine by Singer. This my mother actually bought for me when I was 5 years old. And it's a funny story behind that, because after my mom passed away, I had this for a long time. And she always said to me, don't throw anything away. Don't throw anything away. And when I first started Instagram, I saw all these great sales, and everybody was selling vintage. So I sold the sewing machine, and I sold my mother's vintage sewing book. It's the one right here, the Singer sewing book with a brown cover. And it took me a couple years to realize that it was a terrible injustice to me and my mother. So the gal that I sold it to in California was kind enough to sell it back to me, and I will be forever grateful. So that came back into my possession probably, I'd say 7 months ago, 8 months ago, and I will never let that go. It was a really stupid move on my part. But I do like to collect sewing books. You'll see a few up there. I have a duplicate of right here, the Complete Family Sewing Book. I intend making a junk journal out of that. And then this here is a little bag that I made. I like to take little dollar store gift bags and turn them into, I had these listed in my Etsy shop. This was the one that was left over, and I really like this one. So I kept this and I just keep it on display. The back, it's like a Mod Podge that was given to me by my good friend. She owns a brick and mortar shop now, and she saw that and she's just, that reminds me of you. I need to give that to you. So thank you, Margaret. I collect, my mom was very big. She made all of my Barbie doll clothes when I was little. So I try to collect the Barbie patterns that, if she still doesn't have, I still have quite a few of her Barbie patterns and things like that. So that I have a little Barbie montage up here. My husband bought me this shoe years ago as a little Christmas present, right there with a little Barbie emblem. So that's displayed. And then this Barbie is a copy of the original, and I got her, oh, there goes her glasses. Here's her little glasses right here. I found her at Barnes & Noble, about an hour away from me, and I bought her. She was kind of a little more expensive than the one I originally had, but I really liked her, so I figured she needed to join my collection, and she matches the Barbie on the front of the cover. And then my other love, what I collect, are all the Betsy Clark images. I still have my greeting cards when I was in the 7th grade, so I think that goes back to like 1972. I have all the greeting cards, and now I collect, there's a little Betsy Clark book in the back. I collect all kinds of Betsy Clark images, and I've actually had a few of my friends on Instagram send me. I have a cup and some other things that they have sent to me because they know I collect. I won't get through everything today. This will probably be a 2 or 3 part video because I do have a lot that I want to share. So I'm just going to kind of start, like if you were this store here, this craft room now / office used to be our business office for my husband's company. And where you see the wood floor, that used to be a spiral staircase. And just down below this is another guest bedroom. It's a 5-bedroom home, but we took the bedroom downstairs and upstairs, and this actually was a home office for our business. Up here we had 1, 2, 3. We had 4 people working, and then down below, which the opening has been closed up and covered up, we had 4 people working downstairs, and we had a small kitchenette area, which is now a walk-in bathroom, a large shower area. So this store here was the closet for all of our supplies for our business office. This is a small little area that I'm just trying to reorganize, but you'll see my Hot Wheels here. I do belong to I am a Hot Wheels club member, and every month a new Hot Wheels comes out, and I do buy them. I love the pink cars. This was my latest purchase, the little Volkswagen. This is a club exclusive. This is the custom Volkswagen, so I bought that. This is the custom Corvette. So all my other Hot Wheels are stored away for my grandchildren to someday sell on eBay or whatever, but I belong to the Hot Wheels Club. So this is a very narrow closet, and I try to make the best use of everything, but you'll see here, this is where I keep all of my papers. I did move from a smaller bedroom into this room here, so my other closet was a little bit bigger, but I do have these great carrying cases came from Michael's, So when I used to make the banners, my Christmas banners, I bought these, and these house all different supplies. I've tried to organize my papers as to how I use them. I have storage containers down here of items, you know, that I've started for my scrapbooking. This tall tower here, I belong to a kit of the club month, and these are all kits that I've collected and purchased over the years. I know it's ridiculous, that I haven't used yet, and I'm still scrapbooking family. You can see they were actually, this is a deluxe kit, so a lot came in it. I'm still scrapbooking family photos. So someday these will be used, but these are all kits. And of course, having twins, I often bought 2 of the same kit because the boys have to have the same pages. So this is just full of kits that I have to put together and scrapbook. I have little things just tucked everywhere. I have, these are plain paper sheets here. They're all 12 by 12. Here's some more of these folders. Sorry about that. That I bought at Michael's. And these are stackable. And actually, when I used to go to my scrapbooking props, these came in really handy because I could stack them. And then they came with a roller, and then you could just roll them in. These are vintage perm rods that I've worked with in the past. Let's give a shout out to the Vintage Flea Market. Obviously, yeah, these were 33 pieces. I bought these from her, 33 large pieces. So I try to keep cards with the items that I have bought. So if I want to go back, I know who I got them from. And I try to, like, I have all my Christmas papers together in one stack. I have all of my very colorful, beachy, this is a beach theme here, all of my papers. I try to group everything together. I have, like in this, I have all my, this one here, I have all my authentique. I have my double-sided, because these are all double-sided. Oops, sorry about that. I have all my double-sided papers together. This is a big stack of all my double-sided papers. I certainly don't need to buy any more paper. I have more authentique up here in this stack. I guess I kind of like authentique papers. So that's the closet. Every now and then I do have some gals send me some items. This is a work in progress, which I haven't done anything with yet, but I did have a gal on Instagram. She didn't know what to do with her, these wooden, they look like, yeah, these were little pieces of wood. And then she wanted to decoupage and do some Halloween. She didn't know how to finish them off, so she sent them to me, and I will get to them. Yeah, that's from Mommy Dearest Retro. So, Jeannie, I will get to these sooner or later, I promise. So that's my closet. That's where I keep a majority of my paper. Way up top, I have all my tags, all my raw materials. Way down at the end, I have my scrapbooks that I haven't completed yet or put anything in. So yeah, we'll back out of here. That's my closet. And because I do buy a lot from gals on Instagram and Etsy, I really need a lot of storage. This unit here that I'm showing you, I bought from Hobby Lobby. This little suitcase here was my dad's. I remember him fondly packing this up. It's really beaten up. He used to travel all over New York State for his job. He was an artist, and I can remember him packing up this suitcase and saying, "I'll see you girls in a few days," because on snowy winter days, he wouldn't come home. He wouldn't want to make the drive because he went up towards Montreal a lot of times. So this is where I house a lot of my envelopes, some of my envelopes that I craft with. And so I don't forget, I may not be able to close this. I'll just set this here. I leave an envelope tucked on the outside, so it's a reminder that that's where my envelopes are. And then this little sewing basket here, I do love sewing baskets. I keep little tiny bits and pieces of lace and little items that I like to use in my junk journals. So I keep certain lace and little items and ribbons in this. So I know exactly, these are just pins in here from my mom. So I keep that there, and we'll put this aside over here. Okay, so let's take a look at, this was a photo that my son took of myself and our doodle. Sorry about the glare. This was for a college project that he had to submit. So up here is, I'm sorry, this is a little shaky. This is just where I keep my stamps and miscellaneous, my tape, miscellaneous items for my everyday bill paying and things like that. So, but this unit I really, really like. It holds a ton of items, and I'm just starting to organize it. And they come with little areas. They don't come with tags. I had to make these tags. So I'm trying to, become a little bit more organized so I'm not spending all my time looking for things when I take a drawer out. This is all the Julie nutting, which I think are really cute. These are all little images, and they can go by the month or however. This one here is of my cut birds, fish, and mushrooms. So what I'm doing is when I sit and watch TV at night, because I have so many things cut out, and like I said, I don't like to keep going through. I'm going to organize these. I just did, let's see. Okay, I just organized my fish, my cut birds and fish. So I'm going through when I sit watch TV at night, because I can't just sit there and watch it. I'm set, like these are all my black and white, so I put those in a snack bag. And then I have a few owls here. These here are other birds. I have larger birds. I separate them by size, so I use a larger baggie. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just, these are all fish that I've cut out in the past. And I have all of my fish in this section. So I'm basically just organizing. And like I said, if I want to use my birds and fish, I can just pull whatever size. So just a little insight there. These are all little tiny travel items. I've got little tiny crafting passports in here, and places that my boys went on a school trip from years ago. This drawer here, I have it cut is die cut modern. These will all be separated and organized into sandwich baggies. And then that way, when I want to use any of these, it'll be much easier. I can just grab a baggie and decide what I want to use. Last night, I sat and I organized all my Tim Holtz people. So I had my larger people here in this baggie. These are like the medium size people that I have. These are the teeny tiny, little tiny people. So it'll be much easier for me to find what I'm looking for. I have all his phrases and his little packs here. This is other ephemera of Tim Holtz that I separated into, medium size style squares versus a little bit larger. The numbers. So again, it's just a way to make things easier for me. And then down here, this is one whole drawer. Sorry about that. This is one whole drawer of a gal. This is Julia's stuff from Brighton Beach. I've bought so much stuff from Julia that she really deserves her own drawer. So this is all of her wonderful ephemera in here. And here's her, see here, Brighton Beach Bazaar. So, and you can find Julia on Etsy and Instagram, but I really love her items that she sells. And like I said, you can see I bought quite a bit from her over the years. It wasn't only till COVID hit that I couldn't get her items, but she has a whole drawer here, and I think she even extends a little bit down into here. But I like the bigger drawers because it holds, the bigger packets and things that I think this is something from Julia I had to put down here. But they're quite deep. So, I mean, this is a pretty big bag here that you can see. And I've got more larger bags down here. So these lower cabinets really do hold a lot. And there's 4 of them. And again, this is all from Maria. Whoops, there goes all my postcards. But this is all from Maria. So, like I said, in the bottom drawer is another one that you can see. And then over here, I have, like I said, I've got my monitor and I've got my PlayStation. And then under here, this was this was down in our family room, and this was our old TV stand. So I brought this up here, and this is where I keep all my 4x4 papers and my 6x6 papers. I have them all organized in there. In this little case here, this was my mom's. This was one of her big crafting items. She used to make homemade Christmas ornaments. So these are all the sequins that she used over the years. And I have used these on some of my projects. These I love. She used to knit. She used to crochet and knit winter hats. And she would attach these really cute sequins onto the hats. So this is her. I could sell all this stuff, these sequins. I'm sure somebody could use them. But I can't bring myself to do it because they were my mom's, and it's just a really nice memory of everything that she worked on over the years. And I think I'll also be able to incorporate them into some items that I make. Can't buy a package of sequins for 49 cents anymore. So that's what I keep. That's what I have in here. And she actually used to, she had a couple of these cases, and she used to keep her rollers, her hair rollers in one, in another one. So that sits there. And then, again, I have paper packs here that are a little bit larger. These are double-sided packs that I keep for special projects. So that's there. And then I took my mom's old Tupperware celery container, and I keep my overflow and excess washi tape in here. I think these are all duplicates. So when I run low on another one that I use quite often, I just come and I look in here. And a good way, these little silk bags work out really well to keep. I like to keep my washi tape in here that doesn't like to stay rolled up. And then that way they don't spiral out of control. Or one that doesn't have a lot in it. So I just keep those. For some reason, these must have a peel back on them, and they don't stick. So I just find that I can keep these under control in these little bags. So that's what I do with my excess washi tape. So that's a nice little area. In the center cabinet is where I keep all my extra ink pads that I have and my ink refills. This is an area here where I have all of my glitter that I used to use when I made my vintage banners, my vintage garland. So this is all embossing powder here, so I keep them there, and I keep my decoupage finish, and I keep all my paintbrushes in this little section when I have things to do. This here, these are all my Stampin' Up! Refill ink bottles, and then I keep all my Stampin' Up! Ink in here. And then I have this cute little sticker maker, the Xyron, which I've only used a couple times, but that comes in handy when I do scrapbooking. So we will shut that. And then over here, I have a lot of my vintage magazines. My Bride. It's where I keep my Sears catalog. Here I've got, my brother gave me these, the Good Old Days magazines. And then I have right here, I have all my Better Homes and Gardens from the 1940s. So I pull these out when I need to work on some of my vintage items. And then I have books here. I have my old, like, Dick and Jane, Sally, and Sally books. I have all of them here because every now and then I'll get a wild hair up my butt, and I need to make, ephemera using all these sweet little images. But I have a hard time cutting these books up because the images, you're just not going to find these anymore. So I did have some special orders for some certain projects, and I opted out of them because it just wasn't worth it to me to cut these books up. But I keep them tucked away safe and sound. My dad was a great fisherman. So when I bought this book from a gal on Instagram. Let's see who sold this to me. Love Me Tender. Okay, Love Me Tender. Love Me Tender Vintage. So I bought this book from her because I plan on incorporating a lot of this in my dad's journal. Like I said, I have all kinds of fishing pictures of him, and so I keep that tucked in here. And this is the one book that I did use. There's not much left of it. I'll probably finish using this up to make some tags or whatever. So that's that for my little special area here of books. And then again, I keep books here that I intend to use in projects. And again, sometimes I just can't bring myself to cut them up. So this was my mom's, this bird song book. But I will cut this up because I have a lot of nature books. Journals that I want to make. So these are just some of the books that I have housed here that stare at me every day saying, use me, use me. And this is my gratitude journal. This was sent to me by a wonderful woman by the name of Robin, and I write what I'm grateful for in this book, and it was just very nice of her to send that to me. So I think that's where we're going to leave it today because it can be a little overwhelming, but I'll just, next video, we will work on this shelf here, and I will show you what's in my Martha Stewart, what do you want to call it, cabinet that I've had since, let's see, I've had this since 1998, and I love it. And I'll show you some of the books that I have there, and then I'll show you what's on my desk and over on the other side of the room. So until we meet again, we'll pick up where we left off, and thanks for joining me in my craft room. Okay, everybody, bye-bye.